All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Chu, and welcome to McBoss Capital live stream. Today is June 2nd, 2025. We are getting close to 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time here. So almost 1.5 hours into the market. The market is okay. Nasdaq is a little bit down, like just near flat. Dow is down 0.4 percent, and S&P is down 0.1, almost 0.2% here. Volume is quite high today. So yeah, anyhow, we'll look at the index right away here just to see where we stand. So let me jump to daily chart here. So recently, the last 2 weeks, we kind of been pulling back, right? But it's a healthy pullback because we are making higher lows. So that's the good news there. We are seeing lots of resistance at this level there. So we tried to came out on Thursday, it didn't happen, and then we pull back, right? So we pull back, sorry, Wednesday, and then we pull back. Yeah, no, that was Thursday, and then this is Friday. Friday, we kind of went lower in the morning, but we bounced back right by the end of the day. Today you can see very tight action, which is good. We didn't make a new low. First, that's the first. And then second, we are bouncing from this morning's low. So that's also good news. So looks like we are digesting right now. Again, this 10-day moving average has starting to flatten a little bit. But it's and that's the key right here is that it is holding the 10-day, except this one day that we broke below it. But this is healthy action, and if we get any good news macro wise, probably we could bounce out this, like, break above this trend, like this resistance level. So that's what we were waiting to see here. Not sure if that will come, whether that's related to China, US tariff news, we'll see. But overall, given recently, at least the tariff news is not as good, you know, with possible increase in tariff. I think we had more tariff news this morning about steel and aluminum, where all the steel stocks kind of jump. So that's another thing. So given that, like, the market is able to hold in general, right? Um, that's a good news, right? Um, but yeah, we'll see. It's early in the day. If we do close at this level, it's not a bad thing. You know, as long as we hold this low here, I think that's important. If we fall below that low, we have a high chance of breaking this 21-day, which is coming up right now. So here's the 21-day slope right now, right there. So that's another key trend line there. Let me go to the news for a second here. So yeah, more tension, right, on the U.S. and China deal here. Um, the other thing that happened this morning is, like, OPEC said it will hike production for a third straight month, but yeah, but they didn't, I don't think. And so yeah, so let me refresh. This is kind of old news now. Let me refresh. Okay. So yeah, I don't think this is updated. But anyhow, you can go look at US oil right now, the oil price. And here's the big jump right here. So it was higher this morning, like close to 4%, and it broke above this key trend line here. So this is a huge move. Um, Now, because a lot of the oil and gas stocks are kind of been performing really badly, they're not going to be nowhere near under my growth stock list, at least near the top. So, but if you trust this move, then maybe it's time to get back in again. I'm not sure because it did. This is one fail one, right here. So this is it could try. We'll see. I'm not sure. But again, understand that the Trump administration, are trying to make oil prices go low by drilling a lot. So this could be temporary move only. So I don't know if I trust this yet. But the other thing that move a lot today is gold stocks. Gold price uh, actually got out of this zone right here. So you can see it right there. It got out of that zone, and a lot of stocks are moving big, big, not just small. So let me go to stocks on the move here. Let me jump to stocks on the move here. You will see a lot of stocks like Pan American Steel at the top here. We have Barrick Mining here, AU here, which is probably the strongest gold stock in my opinion in terms of technical chart. GFI, another strong one. Uh, what else? Newmont Mining, WPM, AEM, TFPM. All those are gold related stocks, precious metals, OR royalties here. That one, yeah. And then AGI, yeah. So all these gold stocks are moving. And if I go to my list here, the ones that have good earnings are AGI, AU, B, FNV, GFI. All those ones have good earnings fundamentals here. Then the rest are NEM, OR, PAS, AM, a little bit missing, but all like again they're all moving today. So we can look at least a couple of them. For example, AU is probably where if I where I would put my bet here. AU broke out today. This trend line right here is a very good trend line, and it broke out and it break above the traditional buy point as well. GFI, another one, broke out from the trend line, and you can see it hasn't come all the way top yet, but it's building the right side of the base. Looks really good. Um, what else do we have here? Okay, A- AGI. Here's another one. This obviously this is very low in the base. That's the only risk here, but it's a nice broke out from the 50-day red line here. So that's a nice move here as well. Here, look at that one. Barrick mining is very choppy, but huge move today. Another one that broke out from the trend line here. Um, yeah, so very strong. I mean, the whole sector is just very. This whole group is like on fire right now. And so we'll see if this will follow through. Here's FNV, another one. Very nice chart breakout. Yeah, very strong move. Like the intraday chart is just so strong. Like not only gap up and look at this second bar here, just strong accumulation after that. Like it went up to like another 20 minutes after that. Let's go back to AU because that's probably my favorite. Yeah, this one, it continues for many bars after as well. So lots of accumulation happening right now. Yeah, I mean this one broke out. So anyway, so that's the gold stocks. Um, Let me go back to the news here for a second because there's a lot of news, like, related news here. So yeah, the other area that's moving is the there's the rare earth stuff that is jumping as well. Um, so again, because of the U.S. China problems right now on their trade deal, this this could jeopardize this group. I mean this area in terms of rare earth. So those stocks jump because yeah, like MP is one of them because now the rare earth could be worth more now because of that. Okay, it did reverse though. So the only problem with this chart is like yeah. So this morning, like third Friday, it broke out from the trend line. and today it's a very bad reversal. So this could be just temporary because I think people in general, investors at least, probably think that China and US will resolve their issues because you know they want to, right? Let's put it that way. I think they want to resolve their issues. So any move like this could be temporarily. Um, okay, so that's that one. Steel stocks. So Trump would double tariffs on import steel and aluminum on June 4th. Wow, that's in 2 days. So all the aluminum stocks or related stocks, you know, the producer run up, but the consumer stocks like um, or on the consumer end, General Motors, Ford went down. So those are, yeah. The problem with the steel stock, they don't really have the strongest earnings. So this is new core. Okay, so it will improve because I look at this. This will improve. So you're willing to forego this current quarter, like the future looks like it's going to improve. And this is on a long downtrend line. So it looks like it broke that today. Yeah. So that's NUE, Sense Text. Let me see. Century, sorry, Century. This also broke a strong trend line here. So both of them basically broke out from a long-term trend line. Again, reversal is still a positive day because of the gap up. So this one also improving. Oh, this one actually looks okay. It actually meet my criteria for this one. So yeah. So that could be yeah, on the watch list, I think. Will it come back all the way? I don't know. It's hard to say. This is the for sure going to become a 45-degree angle moving average now. So there's a high chance it could pull back here and then bounce. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. So that's CNX. I definitely need to put that on my watch list here. Okay, so that's that one. Um, Let me go back. So those are gold, steel, oil. We talk about. There's not too many. Like I said, there's not too many oil stocks on my list. AR came out on the stocks on the move this morning. You see, even with today's bounce, it's still very weak, right? It's still below the trend line here. Although it may come out soon, I don't know. But again, the oil and gas area a little bit hard because I think the Trump administration will do everything to not let the price go up. Despite the OPEC halting their production, I think, yeah, I don't know. I just don't trust that move. So that's that. And we go back to stocks on the move. There's not many other areas that are doing well today, which is kind of weird because volume is really high. So I don't know if this is sell on the news kind of thing. That's why gold went up so much. Let's just quickly look at the 10-year yield as well, because that's gonna play in terms of equity move. So today, yeah, it didn't move much, which is good news. So equity could be have a chance to rally here. So we'll see. It hasn't been correlating as well to equities lately. This seems to have a ceiling now, and at least we are below the trend line. So that's good news. At least this won't play a big part. Now, of course, if anything comes out, it could break out and of this trend line, it could hurt the equities again. So we'll see. But yeah, this is really high volume. I'm not sure what's contributing to this high volume today. Because when we look at stocks on the move, I don't know. I don't see many other like we have 20 stocks, but half of them are gold stocks, and we're not seeing like tech area participating as much, and even any other area. So uh, you have Shift 4 here. What else we have here? DRS, HIMS. Yeah, HIMS is on my list, so we can take a look here. HIMS. So HIMS is finally moving up again. And so today is the second day now, and this is a nice bounce on Friday. It break above this short-term 10-day moving average, and today we followed through. So that's really good news for that stuff. So that's HIMS. Let me see what else we have here. Credo, Credo is on my list, but let's take a quick look on this chart. So again, many stocks, growth stocks, have pulled back. This is one of them, and it's not a big pullback. It is reporting today after hours, so that would be that can move the stock, right? Obviously. So yeah, you see the trend line here is it's quite steep, like probably below 45 degree for sure, and it's not moving much today, so that's not good. So sometimes the stock will bounce into the earning, but this one didn't. Doesn't mean the earnings will be bad. I'm just saying like there's no movement, which is kind of weird. Um, but so I guess everyone will wait for the earnings. So that's Credo. Let's see what else they have here. ODD, it's not on my list, but it's moving. Okta also not moving right now. SFM, Ryanair. So that's it. Like now, there's probably more stocks because the volume is really high, but they just didn't make it to this list here. So as the day progresses, I'll be watching what other stocks are moving. Let's go to my list here that from this morning. Some of them pop up. Avago. Let's look at Avago. So I mentioned on the weekend, Avago is probably one of the strongest tech stock right now. Better than TSM and Nvidia in my opinion. And we are trying to break out right here. And you can see how many blue days. Like last week wasn't the best week, but yet look at how many blue days we have now. And volume is rising too. So yeah, I mean yeah, and we bounced off Friday morning on the 10 day right there. So very strong stock. Um, let's take a look at Palantir. So Palantir also bounced on Friday, but today we are reversing. So after hitting a high here in the morning, it's trying to come out of this zone right there, and so this is the second time that it hasn't been successful. But who knows? We're still early in the day. It could reverse, right? So we'll see how that goes. So that's something to watch as well, Palantir. Um, yeah. So as far as tech stocks go, like I said, a lot of them are in pullback mode. Um, Nvidia. Let's take a quick look at Nvidia here. So this one, we pull back right here, just like the index did, and then we pull back again. This was a much stronger pullback there from this high to this here. And today we just have an inside day, not doing much. Again, today looks like a sit still, still, sit still, yeah, day for the stock, tech stock. It's kind of neutral, right? Like you don't know if it's gonna, but what's the next big move? Is it gonna, drop or is it gonna go up? We don't know. But we have this steep trend line. That's the problem right now. Like we are forming this steep trend line. So if we do fall, it could fall hard. Is all I'm saying because of this steep trend line. Um, yeah. So just something to watch out for. On the retail side, retail internet, SC another strong stock. But look at this. It's like the bounce is very weak today. I don't like it at all. Like volume's not there despite higher volume in the market. So we have this pullback and then we have a bounce that are much weaker, right? So not what I want to see. What else do we have here? We have Roland in the industrial area. It's ranking really high though. Not high, I mean low. So it is moving. Toast also moving. But again in a downtrend line right now. So a lot of stock like I say have pulled back. That's the problem right now. And I mean, we all want to see a bounce, right? That's what we're waiting for, but it might not happen, right? The market could deteriorate, right? So we have to think both sides. Can't just think like, oh, we're hoping for something better, right? Like it could go both ways. So that's the problem right now. Like all the bounce are weak, which I don't like to see, and even on especially on a day like today where the volume is so high. So the other thing, like we did have stalling days last week. If we go back to market trend, we did have one stalling day here. Stalling day means that the market moved up on higher volume, but really didn't move much. Like maybe it's up like 0.1 or 0.2%, which is not good, right? Like why are all this volume coming in but the index didn't move? So that's what they call stalling days, and looks like another today might be another stalling day. Like it just looked like there's what this means is that the market is basically selling behind the scene. It could be like that's why they're not sure. They call it a stalling day because they're not 100% sure. But this is like 2 days within 3 days now that this happened. So just beware that maybe people are getting out. Like this could happen, and that's why I said if we do fall from here, it'll probably be falling pretty hard. Um, so just be aware of that. I think it's time to lighten up a bit, just to not be all in, especially not knowing the bounce will happen. And the other problem, obviously, which we also mentioned in the market weekend video, is the breadth has really slowed down, like from the growth side. We went down to 20% like area, and it hasn't moved at all despite any bounce. So that's the problem. So again, the buying is not there, the breadth is not there. So it looks like it's narrowing in terms of, like, you can see this number is narrowing last week. So but yeah, today we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching this stream. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye now. Please like and subscribe.